Write 20 cent as a fraction of 20 euro. Give your answer in its simplest form. So we got 0.20 divided by 20.00. So you can put that into the calculator. 0.20 divided by 20 euro, and you get 1 over 100. Okay, so it goes in 100 times. Next one, write 0.5 centimeters as a fraction of 2 meters. So we got 0.5, but 2 meters is 200 centimeters. So it's 0.5 divided by 200, which is 1 over 400. Okay. Now, question 3. Connor asked to carry out a survey on all 25 students in his class U. He asked each student if they own a pet or if they own a bicycle Q. 6 students neither own a pet nor a bicycle, so that's 6. Okay. And then 28% of students own both a pet and a bicycle. And the ratio of P is to Q and Q is to P is 2 is to 1. So everybody in P that's not in Q is 2x. Everybody in Q that's not in P is 1x. Now 28% of 25 students. 25 multiplied by 28%. This should be interesting. 25 multiplied by 28%. Where's the percent sign? Shift percentage sign. That is 7 students. Students. Okay. So twice as many people are in everything in P that's not in Q compared to X. So I think what we can do here is we can add all these up together and it should get 25. So it's 2x plus 7 plus 1x plus 6 equals 25. 3x plus 13 equals 25. Implies 3x equals 25, take away 13. Implies 3x equals 12. And that means x equals 4. And if x equals 4, then this is 8 and this is 4. Okay, what questions did he ask us about this Venn diagram? Must be some. Okay guys, that's that question there. So we did 2, 3, now we're on 4. Now the best way to do 4 is to make up examples of what you're looking at. So I'll look at A and B. This is A, this is B. And what if I put in now 1, 2, 3, 4. Is A intersection B always the same as B intersection A? Yep, either way, it's always true. Okay. Next one we're going to look at is a triple, which has A, B, and C in it. Okay, so C, A, B, and C. So what we can say is just think of a standard equation. Just put 1 in each section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. Is A union B the same as B union C? Well, we can see clearly in this question it's not. However, what happens if we do this? We get rid of everything in A. So everything in A is also in C. Now what about this scenario here? A union B is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And B union C is also 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this can be sometimes true. Okay, the next one is the distribution rule. Intersection is distributive over union. So this one is always true. You can check it. Remember, you would have seen me doing multiplication is distributive over addition, where I break up 4 plus 2 into 3 multiplied by 4 plus 3 multiplied by 2. This means that multiplication is distributive over addition, but in the same way, intersection is distributive over union. So this is always true. Okay, let's look at the next scenario. A union C is the same thing as A intersection C. Well, that actually can be true. Look at the diagram I just did here a second ago. You can see that A intersection C is actually the same as A union C. So sometimes it's true, and then other times it's false. Depends on what the scenario is. And everything in A that's not in B is the null set. That could also be true, because you can have a scenario like this where everything in A that's not in B is empty. So that's sometimes true as well. Okay, all right guys, let's move on. So that's 2, 3, 4. And next we're on question 7. Okay guys, we need a common denominator. The common denominator we're going to use is 6. So 6 on the bottom, 6 on top for the 5. 3 on the bottom, 3 on top for the middle section, and 2 on the bottom and 2 on top. Multiply into 2 and we get 4x plus 8 all over 6. This is a minus 3, so multiply it and you get minus 15x plus 21 all over 6. And that will equal 30 over 6. The 6's disappear. 4x take away 15x is minus 11x. Plus 8 plus 21 is plus 29. And that should equal 30. Interesting. So as it turns out, we haven't made a mistake. It's minus 11 equals 30 take away 29 is 1. Multiply both sides by minus and you get 11x equals minus 1. And finally the answer for x is minus 1 over 11, which is actually the correct answer. Okay, so let's move on to B. Remember, natural numbers means positive whole numbers and you're not including 0. So it's just 1, 2 and 3, and remember you have to be smaller than 4, so you're not allowed to include 4. This time it's element of z, so you're allowed positive whole numbers, you're allowed 0, and then you're allowed negative numbers, and it continues on forever. So you can have all these and then it continues on. Okay, next one is x less than 4, x element r. So this means 3.99 and 3.999 must be included. So you put a hollow dot around the 4 to say that the 4 is not included. Then you shade in the line, like so. A bit better than that. Shade in the line and then put an arrow to say that it goes on forever. This means you're including all decimals and fractions because it's element r. Okay. Now, what have we done so far? 2, 3, 4, 7, and now we're on to 9. 2, 3, 4, 7, and 9. Write this in the form 3 to the power k. Now it's 3 squared, but you could also do 9 and you press shift fact to get 3 squared. 1 is the same as 3 to the power of 0. Root 27 is 27 to the power of a half. Then we change the 27 into 3 to the power of 3 to the power of a half. And then 3 to the power 3 multiplied by a half is 3 to the power 3 over 2. Now another way of doing this is to put root 27 into your calculator and you get 3 root 3 like this. And then you can say 3 root 3 is 3 to the power 1 but 3 to the power of a half. And you add them this time. And then that's still 3 to the power 3 over 2, no matter what way you look at it. One of them you put 1 plus a half, like so, for those of you who don't really like the fractions. You get 3 over 2. And the other one was multiplying 3 by a half, which once again is 3 over 2. Okay, all good. Now this one, when you see a cube root, it means 3 to the power of a third. In the same way, root 3 is 3 to the power of a half. Okay. Now, what we do next is the negative power rule. So it's 1 over 3 to the power of a third. If I had 1 over x to the power of 5, the answer is x to the power of minus 5. If I had 1 over 5 to the power of 7, or sorry, 1 over 6 to the power of 7, the answer would be 6 to the power of minus 7. So this question the answer must be 3 to the power of minus a third. Okay, next one. Write minus 2n to the power of 4 in the form a and b. Okay, so let's just multiply it out. Minus 2n by minus 2n by minus 2n by minus 2n. By minus 2n. By minus 2n 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 by minus Now, minus 2 multiplied by minus 2 is 4, multiplied by another minus 2 is minus 8, multiplied by another minus 2 is 16. How many n's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, n, 4. You could have also written minus 2 to the power of 4 and n to the power of 4, and you'd also get 16n to the power of 4. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 7, 9. 2, 3, 4, 7, 9. Why are these not always equal? Okay, take x equals minus 3, and that means x squared equals 9. This will work because then root 9 is x equals plus or minus 3. So that one's an example where they are true. Now we need an example where it's not true. As it turns out, they don't actually treat the negative number here, which means, in my opinion, it's a bit of a bogey question. So minus 3 squared is 9, and then 9 root 9 is plus 3. So there, so this, you get full marks for this. It says any negative value of x, which will work. So x equals minus 3 and the square root of x squared. So you could put root minus 3 squared into the calculator and it spits out plus 3. So you can see that the answers aren't the same. Okay, so they're not always equal, but the calculator fails to take into account that you have to do the plus and minus of the square root. So the answer is any negative number and then the corresponding positive number. Okay, that's a terrible question. Now this one here, question 10. It's a bit of graphs involved here, so it was a bit of graphing involved. So it has the line and has a bit of algebra in it. So it has lines and it has algebra in it, so we might as well include it in our revision. Now you have to follow minus 3 to 3, and then we got to fill out the table. So it's just about filling in the points. This is minus 3 minus 2. So an output of minus 3 results, sorry, input of minus 3 results in an output of minus 2, because this line is the graph f of x. Minus 2, 0. So minus 2 and 0. The next one is 1 and 2, and then 2 and 4. Minus 1, 2, and then 0 and 4. So 0 results in an answer of 4. And then 1 is an answer of 2, which we can see here. 1, 2. Then we get a 2, 2, or 2, 0. And then we get 3 minus 2. Okay. Now, hence or otherwise, draw the graph of f of x minus 2 on the coordinate diagram. Now, what this means is get your answer for f of x and take away 2. So it's minus 3, 0. It's minus 2, minus 2. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong with that first one. It's take away 2. So minus 2 take away another 2 is minus 4. Then 0 take away 2 is minus 2. 2 take away 2 is 0. 4 take away 2 is 2. 2 take away 2 is 0. 0 take away 2 is minus 2. And then finally minus 2 take away 2 is minus 4. Next thing is I have to draw this diagram. So it's 2 below every time. So here's I'll draw it using green. So here's the first point, your second point, your third point, fourth point, fifth point, sixth point, and finally 7th point. We'll draw it using a green line. So what should happen is we should get a line that looks something like this. Okay, and that's that one done. Now let's move on to the next question. A graph of a different function h of x is shown on the coordinate diagram below, where it's going from minus 3 to 3. Find the value of hx in each of the following. So it gives you the x value, and then you need to find the hx value. So what do we have here? Minus 3, 2, minus 2, 1, minus 1, 0, 0, minus 1, 1, 0, 2, 1, and 3, 2. Hence or otherwise, draw the graph of y equals h of x squared on the coordinate diagram below. So the y values are change the output of h of x and square it. So I'm going to have to square these. So it's h of x squared. So that's 4, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and 4. Okay, and let's see if it works for us. Oops, apparently I have to drag down these points. So hopefully this will work for me. Yes, it will. Drag that down there. Okay, now we're good to go. So what we're going to have is we're going to have the point 1, 4, or sorry, see the way it's minus 3 and 4. So it's minus 3, 4. It's minus 2, 1, minus 1, 0, 0, 0, minus 1, 1, which is interesting. Then we have another 0, 0, and then we have another, we have 2, 1, and finally 3, 4. It's going to be an interesting diagram. When you look at this, we'll do it in red. So minus 3, 4, 3, 4, minus 2, 1, minus 1, 0, sorry, it's not 0, 0, it's 0, 1. And it's to do these points again, sorry guys. Minus 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 1, and 3, 4. So 0, 1 is here, 1, 0 is here, 2, 1 is here, and 3, 4 is up there. So it's almost like a curve, to be honest. It's not straight lines. It's basically a curve. If I can draw it right, it's a curve. Right down, up, back down again, then up, like that, something like that, guys. Okay. Now, let's move on. So 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, 10. Done that. 7, 9, 10. Now we're on 11. Multiply out and simplify this. It's x plus 5 by x plus 5. Multiply it out, you get x squared plus 5x plus another 5x plus 25. X squared plus 10x plus 25. The next one, hence or otherwise answer this. Well, we know that x plus 5 squared is going to be x squared plus 10x plus 25. We don't currently know what x minus 5 squared is, so it's going to be x minus 5 by x minus 5, which is x squared minus 5x plus 25, which is x squared minus 10x plus 25. You gotta put it in like this. Don't forget the minus sign in the middle, lads, because when you multiply it in by the minus, remember you're multiplying everything in here by minus, so it's going to be minus x squared plus 10x minus 25, and then the two of them take away from each other, and you're just left with 20x because the 25s and the x squareds cancel. Now, factorize each of the following expressions. 25x squared, you can break that into 5x 2b squared. 49y squared is 7n 2b squared. Factorize, so it's 5x plus 7n. Then the other one is 5x minus 7n. And you're done. Okay, next part. I already did that part. It's the bottom part I'm after. Factorize this. So 2 times minus 18 is minus 36. Two numbers that multiply give you minus 36, but add to give you minus 9. I'm going to go for minus 12 and plus 3. So I'm going to break the minus 9 into minus 12x plus 3x minus 18. Going to factorize out 2x, so it's 2x into x minus 6 plus 3 into x minus 6, and then what we get is 2x plus 3 and x minus 6, and you're done. Okay, so let's keep this good. Okay, so we're going to be doing all the way to 13. So paste and then include 12 and 13 here at the end. Now, the bags are shown in the following table. Each mass of the bag is in kilograms is also shown. Find 3 possible values of y. 2 of the bags have the same mass. So we can either say, y plus 5 equals 19. This implies that y equals 14. You could also say 2y squared plus 1 equals 19. So in a way, bag A equals bag B, or you could do bag B equals bag C. So you're going to get 2y squared, bring the 19 over, comes minus 19, so it's minus 18, equal to 0. Divide by 2, and you get y squared minus 9 equals 0, and then you get y plus 3, y minus 3 equal to 0, and then you're going to get solve that and you get y equals minus 3 and y equals plus 3. The last one is bag A equals bag C, so the other answer could be 2y squared plus 1 equals y plus 5. Move everything to the left, so we get 2y squared minus 1y minus 4. This answer is going to require the minus b formula, where a equals 2, b equals minus 1, c equals minus 4, and you get minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we're going to have minus b is plus 1. So it's plus 1 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is minus 1 squared, minus 4 times 2 times minus 4, all over 2a, which is 2 times 2. Put that into the calculator. Press the fraction button. Is plus 1 plus square root minus 1 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 4 all over 2 times 2, and you get 1 plus root 33 over 4, which is 1.69 to 2 decimal places, so 1.69. Now you can't have a negative answer here because it's mass, so y has to be, could you have a negative answer here? Let's check out the negative answer before I say anything else. Yeah, it only says the positive answer, but I don't know why. Whoop, sorry guys. What is this thing? Minus 1.119. Alright. Seems to just want the positive answer. 3 possible values of y, so best to keep it positive. Okay. Now, explain why all 3 bags cannot have the same mass. Okay, so for the first and second bag to be the same, so for A to be equal to B, for A to equal B, y plus 5 equals 19 and y equals 14. This means bag C will be 2y squared plus 1 if I remember correctly. And then 2 times 14 squared plus 1. 2 bracket 14 squared plus 1 equals 393 kilograms, which is not equal to 19 kilograms, so they can't all be the same. Okay, now last question of the day. In a right angle triangle ABC is shown in the diagram below. The square BDEC is placed on the hypotenuse of this triangle. The area of the triangle is 12a squared units, where a is element R. The length of the side AB is 6a units. Okay, this is interesting. What does it want me to find? Find the area of the square BDEC. BDEC. Okay, so the area of the triangle, it's a right angle triangle, is a half base times height. The base is 6a, the height is AC. So what we can do here is this. We can do a half 6a times h is 12a squared. 3ah is 12a squared, which is 12aa. Cancel a on both sides. Divide by 3. H equals 12a divided by 3. H equals 4a. Now we know what 4a is. Now what I need to do is I need to calculate what CB is using Pythagoras Theorem. And if I know what CB is, then I know the length and the width of the square, because they're the same size because it's a square. Okay, so I'm going to use Pythagoras Theorem. I'm going to call this x. So x squared equals 4a 2b squared plus 6a 2b squared. So it's going to be 14 plus 36. So 4 squared plus 6 squared. 52. It's going to be 52a squared. And then x equals square root of 52a. But you're going to find we didn't actually need to do that at all. Square root of 52, it's root 52 root a squared, which is 52a. But if the length is x, then the area of the square is x multiplied by x. The area actually is x squared, and we already know what x squared is. It's 52a squared, so area equals 52a squared. Okay guys, and that's us done.